Welcome, everybody. I'm going to be talking about Emboar, but before I can get into these super awesome buffs and changes, I want to have a quick disclaimer. I know some of you are eyeballing Intimidate. I'll get to it in a second, but before I address that, I want to make a disclaimer for any new viewers to check out the description below. There is a link to the very same Google Sheet that I use in all my videos, and it's extremely important that you do actually check it out because every single move in this hack is buffed or changed, and there's a very nice move guide here on the bottom tab. As you can see, there's a bunch of other useful guides there as well, but most importantly, that move sheet is right there, and you can check out all of the move buffs and changes. Those are organized into numerous useful categories for you to look at, so yeah, definitely give that a look. But I forgot I put that little thing there. Anyway, a little graphic, but yeah, I never zoom out that much, but unless I'm recording. So, Emboar. Yes, two of the Unova starters have Intimidate. Fun fact, or I guess I should say spoiler alert, Samurai will as well, okay? It's intentional. Emboar is can this not hang while I'm trying to record? Thank you, it's being weird because I'm recording. So anyways, yeah, all three of them have Intimidate. That's intentional. If you don't understand why that fits Superior and you just happen to click on this video, go watch the Superior video. I address it in like the first minute or two of the video. As for this one, Emboar appearance-wise fits it the most out of the three, but lore-wise he fits it the least in the sense that nothing explicitly mentions that, versus with Superior and Samurai, the Pokedex explicitly says that they intimidate opponents, like they use something to intimidate the opponent, and that their disposition is just quieting and scary or whatever. So, intimidating, literally word for word. So I figured, you know what? If this is a ROM hack, like for example, Berry and Black, where your starters are the Gen 5 ones, I wouldn't have done that because it's kind of redundant and boring to have them all have the same ability. But in a ROM hack with 721 Pokemon, I thought it was kind of cool, actually, for them to have the same ability. It kind of creates this like synergy between the three of them, or this cohesion, I should say. I just think that's really cool. And mechanically, it's great for all three of them. For Superior, it's like fast, bulky utility. For Emboar, it's because he needs the bulk, honestly, with the high power levels in this hack. Like, I fixed his issue in the sense that he no longer has some of the worst stat distribution ever. He's hinky. 110 to 85 is good. Firefighting actually has some really good resists. I can't name off the top of my head, but they're good. Yeah, like 4 times debug is huge in this hack. Oh, actually, it's only 2 times debug. Sometimes I forget about the fighting change. It's only 2 times debug now, but still, fire, grass, ice, dark, steel, bug, like that's some solid resists, and you only have 4 weaknesses, which it's not too bad at all. I hate fire ground Emboar. I think it's dumb as fuck. The literally only logic you can put there is he's a pig, and I guess pig is ground, but like no, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I've always hated that idea. So I'm not doing that, I'm sorry. We also actually, funnily enough, there is an equal amount of fire ground types to firefighting types. There's the 3 firefighting starters, all of which are very different from one another. Blaziken is, of course, has his speed boost and his mega. Infernape is actually naturally faster than Blaziken and naturally stronger than Blaziken. But of course he doesn't have speed boost or a mega. And then Emboar is completely different from the other two because he's bulky with Intimidate, and then he also has a new ability in Solar Rush, which is functionally Chlorophyll, which is a godsend for Emboar. So not only can you run extremely tanky sets with Intimidate, you have stuff like you can run like Assault Vest, Intimidate plus Drain Punch is incredible. That's like perfect right there. You also have Flame Wheel, which gives you +1 speed, so you can boost your speed with that. Not to mention 67 base speed is not bad at all. You can totally slap a Choice Scarf on him. Not to mention he does have priority in the form of Pyro Dash, Mach Punch, Sucker Punch, and First Impression. So he has 4 priority moves, all of which are incredible right there. 2 of those are reteachable via TM. And why is it lagging when I'm recording? Please let me switch tabs. Come on, it never does this usually. I guess it's because I'm just adding on so much to the sheets. Where is 67? Yeah, you can see where he matches up currently. It's actually a somewhat crowded speed tier, funnily enough. But regardless, with a Choice Scarf, keep in mind in this ROM hack, there is a lot of priority flying around. You are immune to the most common ones, though. First Impression and Sucker Punch, which is nice. Not immune, excuse me. Misspoke. Resistant is nice, though. And of course, you're very bulky. Having Intimidate is great. You have Intimidate plus Parting Shot. You have Reliable Recovery with Slack Off. Can this not lag? Come on, man. You have Slack Off and Morning Sun. Morning Sun healing you by 2/3, and the Sun. Sun in general and Weather in general is also buffed. Not only are there about 10 Pokemon for each Weather ability that have it, you can also just self-set the Weather yourself. because of all of the switch moves in the hack, you can easily get off a Heat Rock, for example, in this case, Heat Rock Sunny Day on your opponent or your ally, and then you can Parting Shot or U-turn default switch, or even eject button without the rock into your Emboar. And you can set up with bulk up resources if you need to, but honestly, that's overkill. I would just start going for attacks because 133 base attack with that sun boost is just beautiful. It's absolutely insane. And of course, you have Solar Blade as well, which is very strong. You also have Grass Knot for physical grass coverage. That is physical now. If you didn't know that, but I'm sure you probably do if you watch this far into the video. If you don't, then definitely give all the move buffs and changes a look because they are very extensive. And there's also just a bunch of brand new moves in general. But yeah, it's super sick. I love these buffs. It's so fun. He's really good. Like, it's just strong, tanky mon. The beautiful thing about Solar Rush is you actually don't need to run speed investment either. So if you check out his speed tiers, you know, let's say you put in 67 here with no investment at +2, you're hitting 340, which is not beautiful, but the beautiful thing about what is beautiful about this ROM hack is not only do you have infinite usability capsules to cycle between Solar Rush and Intimidate, or for the pre-evolution Solar Rush and Blaze. Blaze is still a good ability, don't sleep on it. You know, you could use like Endure plus Pinch Berry plus Pyro Dash for priority plus Flame Wheel for speed. You know, Blaze is a great ability. It's very strong, and with the Endure TM Blades, those type of abilities are even better. So definitely don't sleep on those for the pre-evolutions. But of course, the star of the show is Intimidate and stuff like that. And Intimidate, again, makes him incredibly bulky. It fixes his bulk issue tenfold. I mean, 110 HP is great, and then 85. You could slap an AV on it if you want. With Drain Punch is great. I said that already, but that really is awesome. You know, you can run priority moves as well. Or you can just run full utility. You know, really the beautiful thing about this ROM hack is you can really customize your movesets and your abilities and your spreads and your EVs. That's the thing I was trying to get at, by the way, is the EVs are infinitely customizable at will with items. So you can easily just, for example, so 340 speed off the top of my head, that's probably around base 106. Check. 252, let's be plus speed nature. 342, yeah, 105. Base 105. Your outspeed base 105. So 0 speed investment, you outspeed base 105, and that means you can run max HP. And all you have to do is just put a little bit of a investment. So you know, you have 67 base speed, right? Put Bashful in there. Say you slap on 40 speed EVs. Now you're hitting 360 speed. Now you're outspeeding base 115 or something like that. You know, now you put in 100. Now you're outspeeding 390. That's like the vast majority of things in hack. That's outspeeding base 120s, 125s even, I believe. You know, you're keeping up with 130s at that point. So my point is, you do not need very much speed investment on Pokemon with abilities like this when they're relatively fast to begin with. So that's really nice. That's definitely a big luxury for him. So he can keep his bulk. Not that his natural bulk is bad at all, but you know, you're going to want a little bit of HP investment in there. The hack power levels in the hack are still pretty high. But yeah, it's super awesome. He's just the GOAT. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's just really strong, really fast in the sun, an absolute beast in the sun. And outside of the sun, of course, he's great with Intimidate. And like bulkier sets, Choice Scarf, you got priority. He can do a million different things. Every Pokemon in this hack can, for the most part. That's kind of by design. Same with the abilities. You're supposed to cycle between those. You're not supposed to just run Intimidate the whole time or run Solar Rush forever. You know, you kind of switch between those. Logically, by the way, I don't think I need to explain. I mean, Intimidate fits him. Like, look at the guy, you know. Solar Rush, there are a couple Pokedex entries that kind of allude to, like, something about, like, internalizing flame inside of itself or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fire type. You can really give Solar Rush to any fire type, to be honest, in this hack, which is why I renamed it. I renamed it so I can give it to fire types as well as grass types. You know, other fire types with that are like Cast Form, Magmortar, probably a few more I'm forgetting, and there will be more probably as time goes on. But yeah, and also non-grass or fire types even, if I wanted to. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. He's just the GOAT. I don't know what else. I really don't know what to say. He's really tanky. He has incredibly powerful stab moves. Very late in the game, you get Belly Drum, which is extremely strong with your Pyro Dash and Mach Punch and Sucker Punch. Like I said, AV is a very common set you'll be running for a lot of boss fights. Solar Rush is monstrous. He has great utility. All these, you know, reliable healing, Yawn, Stockpile, Swaddle. Battle Cry is huge. Battle Cry drops both the opponent's offensive stats by 2. That's really great. He's just got a lot of stuff, man. Awesome, strong Pokemon. Definitely worth using over Infernape or Blaziken. No doubt about that. He's just the GOAT. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. And this was relatively brief, I hope. And if you like this type of buff and change, definitely make sure you check out the description below. Look at the other ones. And also, please, if you did listen this far into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I am trying to hit 1K soon. So if you could get me there, that'd be pretty cool. And I appreciate that. Yep, 2 out of the 3 starters are gone, or done, not gone. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back to Shaw Samrod in just a bit.